You go.
Happy Sunday, ladies.
Hey
How's
now.
everyone doing? Everybody good?
Yeah, we're good.
Y'all seem tired. Let me try this again. Everybody good?
We're good.
Okay, thank you. I feel like I walked into y'all bedroom. Y'all like, what?
Right. What you saying?
I know what you saying. How's everyone's week been? Good, not
really
good.
good. No, just Sunday is my reset day, so I'm relaxed. I'm getting my zen. I'm resetting for the week, getting it, in order over here. But I'm good. I'm feeling good. Excited.
All right. What about you, Miscommunication?
Tomorrow's Monday.
Don't be more excited about it.
Tomorrow's Monday, and it's I'm only how many more days away from Saturday again. It's like,
oh no, don't wish your life away.
Tomorrow's Monday.
With a smile on your face.
Yay.
Doc, how you feeling?
I'm like Shantae. Today has been my day of rest of some sort. So just trying to get my head around and prepared for this week. It's a busy week coming. So yeah.
It is the last full week of October. I feel like October was on like a Red Bull. But then again, the months have been on a Red Bull since I would say the middle of August.
It was just New Year's. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? All right, we here.
So silly. So Tay, you just celebrated a birthday. So has your birthday month been?
It's been good. That's why I was like, I'm just kind of, we closing out Libra season with a bang. Today's the last day.
Lord,
listen.
All right. Let me not be a hater. Shout out to the Libras.
It's okay. It's all right. But no, I had a really good time. I went to see my bestie in Dallas, and we hung out. And I just, just been working and getting to the money. I had a Vending event yesterday, so just
cool.
Listen, just working out here getting it.
That's good.
So I know this is not the purpose of our show. For those of you who have not booked the show with Tay, it is amazing. So please find her and be down. It's not just the kinky stuff; it's also the health, the healthy, beautiful skin, beautiful body stuff too. So
yes,
all that's very important contributions to the kinky stuff too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna close out October with a bang. Y'all know October's kink month, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
But yeah, so what's our topic today? It's soft girl era, right? And you go to TikTok, you go to Instagram, you go anywhere on social media, and there's someone talking about soft girl era, whether it's a woman talking about it or a man talking about bringing a woman into it. It's all over. So the thing is, there are many different. Okay, hey Tyrone,
Mr. Chocolat.
Mr. Chocolat want to join us?
Mr. Chocolat.
Purpose.
Did he do that on purpose?
I don't know, but you more than welcome.
Are you hiding? Come on to the party.
He said I'm out.
He was doing himself. But so there's a lot of different definitions of the soft girl era, with soft girl living. So I wanted to start with us. What are our definitions first, and then kind of go from there. So anyone want to volunteer to start with what their definition is?
Y'all don't want to go? No, everybody like, no.
No, I'm
soft girl era, their tongue got taken away.
I'm gonna be transparent. I don't know what the soft girl era is at all. So I'm just gonna sit here and listen to your definitions. And then when we get into the conversation, I'll have my thoughts.
Gotcha. Well, I'll go first. I have not necessarily, I don't think I've really experienced the soft girl era type situation. I mean, I would love it. Listen, I'm open to it. I'm all the way open to it. But what I think it is kind of like, you being girly and at home baking in an apron constantly all day, cleaning and doing laundry and like, you know what I mean? Like just at home,
domesticated.
Just at home, and that's cool. Listen, don't get me wrong, guys. I think it's kind of like a kept type thing. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be kept by a person. And like, it has a sort of negative connotation, so I don't necessarily like it. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some Summer Walker. And this is clear too. Let's be clear. This is only clear too. So the people just now on it, welcome to the world of Summer. But this ain't her first. I'm just saying, they late to the party, but it's fine. But I get what she's saying, because that's where she is in her life. But like, it's like a fad now. So yeah, I just, I'm good on fads. But I would like to be taken care of a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, not so extremely domesticated, but in that sense. Hey, Mr. Chocolat, come on in.
Hey, Monsieur Chocolat. How you doing?
Took us to France.
And then he also said it's the masculine era, which we'll get into in a minute, Tyrone.
Yeah, I think so. Well, okay, listen, let me be clear. I don't want to be masculine. My situation causes me to be more independent, and that's not a bad thing from what people say. I would like to be more dependent. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Split these motherfuckers heads. Okay. That'd be great.
What about you? Communication.
Well, I feel as though, like we were talking about, like fad wise, I think that there's so many different terms nowadays that everyone's trying to like fit you into a box. So your soft girl era, you're supposed to be this way, and if you're this and you're that, and you like that. But I find it to be one of those things where I don't know anything about being in the soft girl era. That's just not how my life is set up, right? When I even going to looking up this stuff about the soft girl era, it was like, oh, you're you're taking better care of yourself, and you're more calm, and you're more docile, and all them things there. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I would love that to be part of my everyday life, but it isn't part of my everyday life. It's not something that I'm like, used to. And sometimes I don't feel as though a lot of women, I'm talking from a single parent, I'm talking from a single parent case, right? Because that's what I was. I wouldn't say was, because I still am, but he's grown now, so it's a little different. But there was no time for that. There was no time to be, taking care of yourself while there's a whole lot of other stuff going on. So I would love that. I think that the younger generation are now having children later, right? They're not having children in their early 20s and stuff like that. So they're able to like cultivate their lives and shape them the way they think that their life wants to be. So they're able to take more time out for themselves. They're able to like take care of themselves, or put themselves 100% first. And I think that in it of itself, for young ladies, I'm loving that for them. I'm loving the fact that you are now saying to yourself, okay, I want to do self-care. I want to, take care of my mental health. I want to, cook and clean and be domesticated. That's dope. That's wonderful. That's just not where I am in my life right now. I would love that to be the case. Like Tay said, I would love to not have to worry about, taking care of myself, and someone else would pick up the ball and take care of me. That'd be some dope shit. But that's not the lifestyle I live right now. That's not where I'm at right now. And not for nothing, a lot of these guys are not, then that's not their thing. Like back in the day, you get an old man. I don't mean old man in terms of old. I mean old man in terms of I think old man in terms of your dude or whatever. That's what they used to call him back in the day, your old man. Yeah. They were like literally taking care of their woman. And
but that doesn't mean she was in a soft girl
era. It wasn't, yeah, but it means like, what I'm saying is that it wasn't a simping type of situation. So it wasn't a man taking care of a woman and he was automatically called a simp. That was just what they did back then. They protected and provided. That was part of who they were and their identity as a person, right? And it was nothing wrong with that. That was actually the way it was. But I feel as though because of the forced independence of a lot of women, don't get it twisted. A lot of women out there who are independent, that's not what they originally wanted. It wasn't like, oh, I wanted to be independent. It was because it was a survival tactic. Correct. To be independent, right? Correct. So with all of that, I think that that's where, you know, we get things a little bit confused. Like I said, I would love to have an old man that just says, "Baby girl, I got you." That, hey, and I could be soft and cute and pink.
And pink, well, I feel like there are a lot of layers to the soft girl era because it depends who's defining it, right? I do definitely feel it's a fad. But soft girl era requires soft girl environments, and we all don't have soft girl environments, right? If you're looking at it from a perspective of a man, you want to help this woman, a woman, get into a soft girl situation. Well, what's the situation you're creating for her? Do you just want it so that you can dominate? Do you want it so you could be like, ooh, I'm in charge, I got the money, whatever? I think the other part of the soft girl era is no one should have to announce that you're going through a soft girl era. You should always be gentle and soft with yourself, because in order for you to pour anywhere else, you have to do those things where be true to yourself, be soft, make sure you handle things. I think it's challenging for a Black woman, especially the way the structure of the United States is, to ever fully be a soft girl, because the requirement to be a strong Black woman never stops.
Never ceases.
And I think sometimes, because we're in such a survival mode, men don't realize some of us are not walking around like, oh, I want to wear the pants, I want to blah, blah, blah. We're like, we're never going to give ourselves the opportunity to be let down again. And we're also have very sharp edges from our previous experiences, right? Now, there are people who just like to be in control. That has nothing to do with being hard or soft. That's just, I want to control stuff. And I think also to be this dainty, soft, blah, 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 it requires so much trust. It requires, so again, like I said, for me, it's all these layers, right? You want me to be a soft girl? Can I trust you? You want me to be vulnerable? Are you being vulnerable? It's like so much other stuff there. But that being the case, why do we think it's so challenging for Black women to be in their soft girl era?
Well, I think it's because of what you said. There are layers to it, and it's literally it's not like the soft girl's not there. It's always who we are, right? But we don't show you this. Like, there are layers. You got to pull it back. It's a little work. You got to do a little work, and usually the work ain't being done. I don't feel safe enough to reveal. That's it. That's all. Like, it's really not that complicated, but let a man tell it. But but for real, I really think that's it. Like, it's there. It's not, I would love for someone to take out my trash every week, but I got, it's my house and I live in it by myself, so I have to take it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
you talking to me, single mama of three.
That's the craziest thing to think that, like, I won't let a man be a man. Baby, tell me what else I need to be letting you doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I think Tyrone asked a good question. So does soft equal feminine?
No.
Okay.
So I feel as though when we use the word when we use the word soft, that means that she. Okay, so depending on what soft means, because that's another thing. A lot of these words that we use, a lot of these words we throw out, they have to be like, there has to be some sort of definition and attached to it. Because when I hear the word soft, growing up the way I grew up, growing up where I grew up, I think of weak.
Absolutely.
So there's that part, right? But I feel as though to be fully enveloped in your femininity takes some strength.
Absolutely.
Because that means that you have decided, because it's a decision at this point.
Absolutely.
A lot of the stuff that we're doing now, you have to decide to allow yourself to be these things. And that's the other thing. It's like when we talk, like what you said about being vulnerable and that's a big thing for a person who doesn't always have that support to do so. So now I have to so it's different. I think if you're saying to yourself, soft girl to myself, for myself, without the help of anyone else is one thing, but soft girl and allowing someone else to usher you or help you during your soft girl era, I think that's a little different. So it's like, I think we're like, there's two different sides to that right there.
I agree with you, but here's where my confusion is. So we're all talking, and some of you say, I'd love to be domesticated. I'd love to. Let me tell you something. As a single mother of 3, I cooked, I cleaned, I took care of the house. That's all the things that we define as domestic things, right? I did all of that for my household. I did
It's called motherhood, right? It's called motherhood.
So does that mean I was not in my soft girl era? You get what I'm saying? There's no difference. Okay, so now a man's in the house. What's the difference?
And that's what I mean. If you're defining it based on someone else, that now that you're in your soft girl era and you baking pies and you being sweet and kind of all day.
I was all day, but then
looking it up and, all day, then that's different, because
I don't understand what's soft. I feel that there is a beautiful balance that a woman can find between taking care of business and not forgetting how to be a woman. And that doesn't mean being able to have sex. That's not what I'm saying. There is a balance that you need to find. It's just, I agree with you where you said the soft part. What I need to be soft in what way? What does that mean? Because for me, on the streets of New York, you walk up to someone like, yo, you mad soft. That's a wrap. We're fighting. What's up, doctor? Oh, can't hear you.
Because I muted myself. I had to mute myself because I had to go off screen to correct my child. So I apologize for those viewers out there, because last time I was on somebody's show, y'all was cracking on me because I did the CP thing and had to dip out for a second.
That's what you gotta do.
Y'all gonna stop calling me out here in these streets.
Y'all you better act right, junior doctor. You better act right,
baby.
Internet, we don't pay no mind to the internet gangsters.
Good.
Thank you. So 2 things. Number 1, just listening to you guys and the conversation, I was like, I need to definitely look up what this soft girl era is. And immediately what I found out is that it is a term created by a different population group, racial group,
of course,
and it started in 2019.
Okay.
So where I'm going with this is, number 1, we as being a group of older women, we can't even relate to this soft girl era because we're not a part of no soft girl. I digress. I'm just throwing you here. I'm just throwing it out there. And then it was talking about basically the whole soft girl era as about living their life, having who that?
I've never in my life heard of this.
Right, that's what me either, Mr. Chocolate. So just listening, I was like, let me dig into crates a little bit of Google and figure out some stuff. And so it was talking about just being free and living your life and all this, that the third, and it did speak to the whole not feeling like you have to be the boss chick. For your question, for women of color, I do believe that that we can have it all. Okay. And what I'm saying is, when we're Betty Wright. I always go to songs, y'all, because stuff be in my head.
It's okay. I got a DJ in my head too.
But Betty Wright said, be a mama out there in them streets and then a freak in the sheets. Now, where I'm going with this is, when we're out in our place of business, when we're out handling our affairs, whether it's with our families or whatever, we should have a certain persona that we carry. Absolutely. That should be depending on the environment that you work in, because I heard you guys speak about environment. I think I heard something. Okay, so when we think about the environment that we're working in, some environments require us to have to maintain, and deliver masculine energy.
Absolutely.
Not that we're taking on a masculine role. And I think sometimes I have to make a distinction between masculine energy and masculine role, because there is a clearly different definition and characteristics for each of those things. Okay, we're not talking about carrying a masculine role. I'm speaking to masculine energy. When you are in your place of business, you should be very logical, depending on what you do. If you're in the business sector, if you serve as an executive or something, that you have to carry masculine energy, because you do have to be assertive. You do have to be very logical. You do have to be able to make non-biased decisions. Non-biased meaning without personal subjectivity or emotion. You do have to be able to do that, and especially if you're supervising people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when that door closed in your office, guess what? You can go into your woosah moment and reclaim that softer, the feminine energy, reclaim that time and get yourself back together, and then go back out there on the front line of them trenches and handle your business. Now, when you get home,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I need to ask a question, because I don't want to miss what you're saying.
Lose it. Yeah.
Because I really and truly understand that, but I feel as though we as women, we have to do both, right? Do men have to do both? Do men have to walk up do both, or is it just us?
Yeah, no, they do. This is what I'm saying. So when we come home, our energy should shift from being that boss chick that we were in the office or whatever, to being that mother and or that wife or that significant other for our partner. Okay. Mm-hmm. We should turn on that affection. We should turn on that vulnerability. We should be activating that other power of ours, as far as being able to nurture and pour into our kids. And in the words of Betty Wright, activate that freaking sheet so you can handle your business. I'm just going it up. So what I'm saying, seriously, and to your question, miscommunication, yes, love, when that man is out there handling his business, especially men of color, when you come home, you should be able to turn it off. And if you don't, and that's where you have to learn these skills. You have to be able to turn it off, so that way you can be a nurturer to your wife or your significant other. You have to be able to also provide that guidance and love and support even to your kids. You can't walk around all day long. And even if you're a single mother, you can't carry that, because what is it that you're giving your child if you always on and what I tell you, and I know that voice is unnecessary, but where I'm going is it's the whole, you're throwing out all this masculine energy onto your child. And if you have a female, hey Tyrone, and if you have a female child, then she's adopting this because you're modeling it. And then as a man, he's adopting, a woman's supposed to overpower me and tell me what to do and rah, 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 rah. So then we going to what you said, miscommunication. Then we got our boys who grow up being, in y'all term, simps, because the women, because the mothers have rah, 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 rah.
Well,
does that make sense? I mean,
I'm just gonna respond because I see Tyrone got he wanna. So let me.
Yeah, he want to jump in here.
Nah, I was just.
I think that all the examples you gave were fantastic for people who are in a partnership. I think in actuality, a lot of the challenges of being an independent or a single woman, especially in motherhood, no offense to those who don't have kids because it's not necessary, but I'm just saying, is there is no turn off. You're on go from the minute your eyes open till they close. There is no come home and be soft. It's come home and.
But what are you do? What are you teaching your kids? I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're fine.
If all you doing is rah 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 all day day, then there's no wonder why
Absolutely.
women. I'm being dead serious.
I know
Like
you're
no
being
jokes
serious.
right now. This is why women are out here, and again, I'm going to speak to women of color because that's what your question was posed to.
Yes, absolutely.
We are out here killing ourselves
Absolutely.
because we don't take the time to turn it off, and you don't have to keep it on 24/7, even as a single mother.
But you do. Let me tell you why you do. Because that is what your environment has conditioned you to do.
What environment?
To be on constant survival mode. I am running the streets of work by myself. I'm running around trying to be a mother. The issue there is not that you're not in your soft girl era. The issue there is, one, you're not taking a pause to fill yourself. You keep trying to fill everybody else, and you are running on empty. That's nothing to do with being a soft girl. That's nothing to do with that. That's you not balancing yourself. That is a mistreatment or what do you call that?
Yeah,
management of your emotions, right? In turn, that creates people who, like simps and all this other stuff that you're talking about. I don't think that's anything to do with soft girl era. I think the soft girl era part that needs to happen is the pause to give to yourself versus the pause and keep giving, and then you're an asshole. Let me just be real. You turn into a full-fledged asshole. You're mad about everything.
Right.
Shit, blah, blah, blah. No, we made choices in our life that put us in situations and we don't like the situation, but we're also losing ourselves. I think that is the difference. For me, I think the issue I have is that a man believes they can give you the soft girl era. That's a part you can't be.
Men ain't trying to give nobody. Y'all got had it for yourself. I'm just saying. Continue. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet.
That you can't give someone anything that they are like. It's like you can nurture the soft girl era seed or the soft girl within the woman, but I can't give you what you are already not giving to yourself.
No, it's a mindset. You got to be there. You got to be there in your mind. Like,
yeah, and that is where you get simps that turn into Captain Save 'em and get trampled.
It's because their mama did it. I just told you the mama was going around bossing the whole house because you just said single mothers can't turn it off. And some.
Let me not generalize. Some.
Yeah,
no, but I've seen it. And it's
so wait. So my question is this, because I've been watching and sitting and thinking a lot about the fact that we as Black people of color, have a completely different experience than our counterparts, right?
Yes. West Indian person.
So wait, what I'm saying is that even this conversation, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I wonder if Becky and Jessica and them be having.
No, absolutely not.
And the reason why they don't have these conversations is because I find it to be because I mean, like, I have a cousin who's she's dating her first white boy, who is dating his first Black girl. And the way this man is treating her, sweet buttery Jesus, I'm like, so wait, where's my where's my Joshua?
Oh, he buttering now.
What is my where's my Joshua?
You gotta go to Starbucks, man.
Where's my Nathaniel? Where's my Nathaniel? Because the reason why I'm saying is that because the way she's been dating prior, and the way that this man is now treating her. I even said to her, I said, yo, even if you and him end up together, that's great. But if you guys don't end up together, you now have a standard. The standard is
how long have they been together?
No, this is soon. This is like in the beginning of the situation. But
it's a honeymoon stage still.
No, but see, no, we're not gonna do that. Because let me tell you why we're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do that.
Because when you're in any relationship, whether it is always going to be a honeymoon stage.
Absolutely. But
this honeymoon stage blows every other fucking honeymoon.
Hasn't been a year.
Still a honeymoon stage though.
But see, that's what I'm trying to say though. Let me get where I'm getting, because I understand what you're saying in terms of being a honeymoon stage. That's great. But again, the way this man is treating her. If this is his default setting on how he's treating, this is how he treats people on default. This is how he is. If this was a guy of color, we might have called him a simp. We might have called him he's tricking on her.
Well,
We
that's
might
the
have said XYZ.
I think it's still his
That
representative.
depends whether or not they've been intimate.
Holly Berry said the same thing
What?
when she was dating the white dudes in the beginning. Oh, so great.
Yeah,
And
that's
now
what I'm saying. It might
she ain't
just be
saying
their
it now.
representative.
I ain't got nothing against them. I want black babies. I'm sorry.
But that's the thing. I didn't listen. Again, like I said, I want a black man. That's the plan. The plan is a black man.
Black love.
And to answer your question, Pearl, because I've been in book studies with white women, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And ironically enough, the book study that they chose, because I chose a black woman, I did when I conducted our book study. But the book, and I can't remember the author, but anyway, but the book and the author were both white, focused on the whole soft girl topic. So that's why I wanted to get some idea of, because I've never heard of the term soft girl era. I hadn't heard of that. I've heard of the soft girl. And the book,
Different?
and
Thing.
no, not again, the term soft girl era has all this additional stuff. And again, it's a new term.
Okay.
So, and that's what I'm saying. These millennials came up with this whole soft girl era. That ain't got nothing to do with us that's on this show.
I never heard of that.
Right, me either. But the thing, to answer your question, do white women have these conversations? Yes, because in the workplace, which is what that book was based on, was how to stop being the soft girl. And the soft girl in the workplace, in this book, defined it as the one that's always the Becky that's always trying to be a people pleaser.
So they have the opposite problem. So essentially, they have the opposite problem.
Stop with acting like white people don't go through stuff too.
But that's my point. That they do go through, and they do have these conversations. That's why I just wanted to answer Pearl's question. Yes,
I see white people on my Facebook feed telling all their business every day, having relationship problems. Yeah. They getting cheated on. They getting beat.
We didn't say they didn't go through stuff. We just said their struggle ain't our struggle. I think that's clear. Yeah, that's all. I think everybody suffering.
There's certain terms and certain things that we do. There's certain terms and certain things that we do as black people that they don't do. Like if I went to a black girl and said, "Ooh, you gotta fix your kitchen," she's gonna be like, "What happened to my stove?" But if I tell a black girl, "Oh, you gotta fix your kitchen," she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Fix your kitchen, get your edges right. They know what you're talking about. There's a certain kind of vernacular. There's a certain kind of code.
Yes, ma'am. I would agree.
There's that code, right? And that's what I mean. It's like when it's like even going on, like even speaking in this type of forum, where we take issues that are, people. I don't know if they go, well, we're going to deal with white issues. They don't do that, right? They're not. That's not their thing. We because we have to walk out and we have to code switch, because that's we have to code switch.
Yes,
what you were talking about earlier about being a soft girl and being or being home and being one way and being at work and being another. That's literally code switching. You have to, and that's exhausting sometimes. I literally be in conversations with people, and I'm like, I'm in my, I'm in a one code, and they say something wrong and drag me right into my. Okay, so wait, hold up, son, because you wilding right now. See, and it's because
I don't code switch,
but it's because I have to. But see, that's the thing. Think about being exhausted, tired with all the things that are going on in life, and still having to keep that facade on until you get home, and when you have to take it off, it's not going to just come right off. It's going to have to wind down into it, right? You got to wind down into it, because you can't just throw it off.
I don't know. I talk shit at work. I
don't be code switching. They get black ass Tyrone at work too.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I give it to him.
Did you say black ass Tyrone? Well, I cannot give black ass Black Pearl at work because I am the only black manager at work, and anything that is not soft and dainty is an angry black woman.
It's considered aggression, right? It's considered.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a gender thing though. Like when aggressive women,
right?
It's different. That's just nature. It's how.
So my question, I guess maybe to Tyrone, is: do you feel that women, since you said don't do the white and black thing, women are too masculine or hard or don't allow a man. I don't think it's allowed. They're like invading the masculine portion.
Nah, well, I think part of it too is just, I mean, men have something to do with that,
100%.
So if you have a woman as a man, I'm going to take some things away, so you don't have to, be masculine. I mean that's part of what a man does. A man will help you, make you want to be more, softer or feminine if you're the right man. So I mean, if you're doing everything. Like if you're doing everything, then yeah, you're gonna feel that way. But I'm gonna take some things away from you and be like, yeah, I got this. Hey, you can relax here. I'm gonna let you be that. So, but if a man's not doing that, then of course you're gonna be more on that masculine side. And of course, that men want feminine women. Like it's just natural. It's a natural thing. Just like I can't be switching my hips and and acting like all feminine. That's unattractive to a woman. So of course, a masculine woman is unattractive to a man. It's just not what men want. It's not natural. So,
Yeah.
And I know there's circumstances that make people feel like they need to be more masculine, but that's just what it is, though. If you want a man, more than likely you're gonna have to tap into that feminine, softer energy, because that's just how it is. It's nature. It's natural.
Or let me
right.
play devil's advocate. Or could it be that those who are attracting those less the men that are not leaders, is it that we're actually attracted to that, and then we get upset when that's what we get back?
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe because you're in control. You're not looking for a dude that's like, in control. You're looking for someone that like, oh, he'll let me do this, or that subconscious.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like, which we need to look at ourselves. Every question needs to be a mirror that you turn to yourself. Like, am I attracting these men that are not leaders? Because in a way, I just want to remain the leader of a situation.
Well, I think if you look at like if we go with like our black people, a lot of times we're a couple of generations in of like female dominated families, where, because I notice in, certain families I see, the women are like, the men aren't really there, like that. So you have like a mom who's like the patriarch. She's like in charge. There's no man really around. Grandma, there hadn't really been a man around. So it's what people are used to. And so, yeah, so, so
the
now
men are there, they're just not really operating in their masculine.
The woman's personality overpowers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go
what I just said.
And you want to talk about like how, how when welfare came in and people chose the money over the man and stuff like that, it can get deep there. And that's been like a couple of generations in. So, now we're in this space where it's like now, this internet movement and all this stuff, men want to, they're saying men are waking up and all this red pill stuff, which kind of gets dumb. It ends up, every movement gets stupid in the end. It was cool at first. Now it's like a He-Man women hater club. I ain't with that. But now people want to wake up and go back to the old way, but it's almost kind of late because people have been kind of moving a certain way. So, I don't know how you reconcile that. I don't know.
Well,
just because people move a certain way don't mean that things don't need to change.
Yeah, no, they definitely.
You understand what I'm saying? Just because you stay constipated for a whole week don't mean that you're supposed to be constipated. You need to go take some Metamucil or something to help move. You know what I'm saying? To help yourself move.
That's right. Well, I'm just saying the culture shifts. Like when culture shifts, it's hard to. It takes a while for it to go the other way again. We're like 40 years into this.
Do you think it's a culture thing, or have we fallen for the okie doke that Black, and I'm gonna say for us, Black men and Black women are not partners; they're actually competitors? Could that be what it is? Because what happened is I would not feel I need to be so masculine. I'm just saying generally, I, not myself, experiencing this. I wouldn't feel I need to be so masculine if I didn't feel I'm in competition with a male, or I'm in competition for a position, or I'm in competition, right? If I know my role and I honor my role, I don't have to step in your lane because I'm doing just fine in mine. But I feel like we have fallen for the okie doke that the black men and the black women, instead of working together, are actually working against each other. That's
definitely in the past few years is these gender wars. It's gotten really silly.
So how can I be soft if I'm trying to compete with you as a male?
Because see, this is what I'm just saying. There's a difference between masculine and feminine energy and masculine and feminine roles. What I'm hearing you say, Pearl, is, and I'm just saying,
yeah, that's right.
You're trying to take on the masculine role. Pull your drawers off and put those panties on.
Absolutely.
That's what you're supposed to be wearing.
And I'm saying to you, I agree. I'm saying I agree.
But
I just think it's a confusion. Like we think
there's a confusion.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
Because that feminine energy is powerful, man. Like it's nothing more powerful than that feminine energy. Like you're not going to out masculine a man, it's just
that's his
DNA.
DNA.
Think that, right? But
the feminine energy, like my wife would get way more from me by that feminine energy. Is hey man, you can't resist it. You treat me good, and you soft with me, and it's like just a little suggestion is like, oh, I'm ready to roll.
But that's what
you come in. Hey, you better do that. It's like I'm gonna be like, hey, what now we clashing.
But it goes with perception. It goes with perception, right? Like in the beginning, I think miscommunication said, what does the word soft mean? To each person, it means something different. So if I'm walking around thinking soft means weak and feminine means soft, then I think it's weak of me to do feminine things like be silent, be just giving suggestions and not saying do this. And so I think that's also the problem. What your perception is dictates what role you take as well.
So the reason why my face looks like this is because I'm listening to y'all and I'm listening to everything that's being said, and it's like, yo, let me tell you something. maybe that's my real problem, my serious problem. That a lot of the stuff that we're talking about is, again, like, besides the fact that it's perception.
Yeah.
A lot of things we deal with perception and not necessarily reality all the time. That thing that the generation thing is very, very deep, right?
Yes.
Like my father's generation and then the generation that came after him, which I think that's the kind of generation that we're falling in right now, generation that came after my dad, and then the generation that came after us, right? Those are three different those are the three generations that are that are going on right now.
Yes,
people my dad's generation, that type of man, he does not exist anymore. That and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not because of anything. I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be, whatever, but that type of man, the men who are like him, those are the ones that are like in our generation, and it's that sliver, that small sliver of men. It's not like, oh well, these men they're all over the place and you can find them everywhere.
What kind of man is that? Can you be more specific?
Okay, so let me elaborate on that. My father was always my father is, because he's still here. My father is the kind of man that that took care of what he needed to take care of in the home. He was not, my father was never like affectionate, gushy, ushy, lovey-dovey. That's not his thing. That was never going to be his thing. Don't look for that. However, he's like that now that he's older, because now he's allowing himself to be more like that. But when it came to the household and all them things there, my mother didn't have to have a so quote unquote soft life, because she didn't have a soft life, but the definition of who and what this was very, very clear. There was no, oh, well, I don't know, and I don't, because I gotta man up and I gotta be more masculine. None of that shit was a conversation, because my mother knew what she had to do, my father knew what he had to do, and they together were partners in this thing, right?
Absolutely.
That type of thing that we want, because that's the kind of love that that's the kind of example I grew up in a household with. Now I could take all the good stuff that I learned and put it in one place, and all the bad stuff that I learned and put it in another. But here's the thing, that type of man that my dad is not something that's easy to come by in any way, shape, or form. And it's not because I think it has a lot to do with who I am now. Because of the life that I've lived, there are certain things that I had to do. There is no, like, as soft as I would love to be soft and, like you said, silent and all. I don't have, that's not what I'm dealing with. When you feel like you literally going out into this world and it's a cold world, you got to put on your jacket. You got to put on your scarf. You got to put on your hat. You got to, fortify yourself. Now, when you get in the house, yeah, you might be able to take some of them layers off. But again, like we were talking earlier, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy concept to grasp. You know what I mean? So as much as I would love, like I said, I love to have the generations are different. The men who are in my generation, there's something different. Y'all wilding now lately. Like y'all are doing entire. So like someone said to me, this
wow, how? Like what explain
somebody peed in the dating pool. It's bad. It's bad out here. It's bad out here.
But you said a key word, Lynn. Miscommunication.
Yes,
you said a key word. You said your mom and your dad were partners.
Yes.
They were not fighting each other. They knew their role, and there was a partnership, which goes back to, if you don't feel you're in competition with your partner, there's no need to step out of role, but right?
The perpetuation of that idea where there is competition and there is this thing, it's a thing. Because a lot of times, sometimes, I don't know if you ever see a child and they fight and sleep. And they fight and sleep, and they fight and sleep, and there's nothing to fight. Just go to sleep. That's the same thing that's going on in these situations right now. I don't have to be your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
We're not enemies. We are supposed to be collaborators. We're not the same. At the end of the day, when people say a complementary means what I don't have, you have, and we together have it together. We have it as one, right? That's not what's going on now. These, like, nowadays, men be like, oh, I ain't doing this and I'm not doing that, and I'm not. And I didn't ask. Hi. I just said hello. I didn't do it. I didn't ask for all of that. But that's what's going on because of whatever Jennifer, John, and Jennifer, whoever said to you or did to you in the past or whatever. Now you bringing that to me, and it's the same thing. Women are not the only ones that bring that stuff up. So for me to, come into a situation and automatically be soft and pink and sweet and kind and ooh, yay, that's not always going to be the way it is.
It's natural though.
Huh?
It's natural though. I mean, that's what a man's going to want. But, I understand.
If you want that, you have to if you want me to be that, you have to support that in some way, shape, or form.
You got to support it. But we got to start somewhere though. Like everybody's got their wall up, like you come into it like yo, y'all wilding.
That part.
So when you meet somebody, it's like, yo, it's like this, and then they like this.
Yeah, which goes back to the being
vulnerable. You got to come in with the wall down, realize like, hey, maybe this is a good dude, maybe this is a good woman. I only need one. They wilding. I just need one. I just need my person. If you my person, let me come the wall down. If you come like, yo, y'all wilding, yo, what the fuck? And it's like,
no, I don't come like that.
Let's
be clear. I don't come out with the gate with that. I don't. And the funny thing is, like I say, I always try to say this place that we are in a safe space where we can say what we need to say and whatever the case may be. Trust me, I'm not as rough and tough as I am here as I am in my regular everyday life, because that would be very exhausting. Let's be clear.
Okay, I'd say you tired.
I'd be in the hospital. I'd be in the hospital somewhere with an IV because that's exhausting. But at the end of the day, it's like when I speak here, I speak to the actual factual truth. I can't speak to anything else. I gotta be like very, very specific and say it for those who are going through it, because a lot of us are going through this, but don't have the platform to say anything about it. So I'm gonna say it for y'all. Yes, the shit is fucked up. The men out here, they wilding right now. But in my everyday life, I code switch and I'm back to, hey, how's everything going? That's how that is.
Who are you naturally though? Like, 'cause I think part of it is like,
I'm a little bit of both. I'm a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's duality. Like it's the code switch. You have to. I can't be all one way and I can't be all the other way. I gotta be someplace. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have to fill whatever it is. So if I'm 60% one way, I'll be 40% the other. If I'm 30% one way, you gotta, there's that thing, the scales, depends. But that's the thing. I don't have to be, oh my God, all day long. I have to be something else, I gotta be something else. If it doesn't mean soft girl, if it means not being soft girl era.
Yeah, because I think when I talk to a lot of guys, like they always say they're looking for a woman who's just who that's what the woman is. Like she's naturally, like more on the feminine side. Like she ain't gotta like turn into it. Like it's because it's kind of like guys, like if you're a masculine man, you don't turn that on and off. Like I don't. It's just who you are naturally. I think everybody's got to work on being what they need to be for the other person. Like naturally be that. Like I don't know. Like even code switch. I don't ever at work. I'm just me. And some people look at me funny at work sometimes because they get it's just I don't know.
Tyrone, I got you.
It's just, they just get me.
I think it is different for women.
Yeah.
I
think it is.
That we have to, and I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth. We have to contort ourselves for each situation. That doesn't mean that it's fake. It doesn't mean it's fake. Now, some people it is. It doesn't mean it's fake. But certain environments call for certain personalities or certain. You're not
adaptability.
Yeah, you have to be adaptable.
It goes back to the toolbox.
And you're right. Men don't have to.
Yes.
Someone put in here, hold on, right here. Facebook user said, a man doesn't turn his masculinity on and off. The same energy he uses to wash dishes is the same energy used to chop down trees. That is not the reality for women. It's not.
But
women of color. Let's say that
too. Our struggles, though. Like for a man, the pressures of manhood is some real shit too. Like because a lot of times it's precious to this, especially if you try and do it the right way. And that never goes away. There's no break from that either. Like everybody's got their struggles, and it's different for these genders.
I think what people tend to forget, I'm just going to talk about myself as a Black woman. We struggle day to day to be taken seriously, to not be Aunt Jemima or the wet nurse or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we struggle with that. We are like, there are research that shows that we are at the bottom of the totem pole, right? So who we are at work is not who we're going to be in the house. It just goes back to what the doc said. You have to know how to turn it off. Yes. And some of us have been doing it so long, the switch is broken. And that's the problem, because we're actually hurting ourselves more by not knowing how to turn it off than we actually think we are. We think, all right, we're good, we're surviving. That's the problem. You're surviving. Your whole life should not be on survival mode. And I think that is what the soft girl era is about. When are you going to be soft with yourself? When are you going to allow yourself grace to be a little, and I hate saying pink because men can wear pink too, but a little pink, a little soft, a little taken care of. When is that okay? Because you don't always have to have a man to be in a soft girl era or a partner. Grant yourself grace. Grant yourself the softness that you were created to be. We were created to be soft and gentle and dainty, not weak, not weak. The nurturer is a soft task. Being a nurturer is a soft task. Ain't a damn thing masculine about nurturing someone. Nothing. But we are so stuck on survival mode. We are fighting battles that are not our battles, that the switch is broken, and we start looking at other people to provide us the soft girl era. Provide it to yourself. That's me. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think what we are failing to kind of acknowledge is that both men and women have feminine and masculine energies.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tay.
I don't like that it's cool. Yeah, I know we're supposed to be more and all that, whatever. It's some skills. But I'm just keep it there. And then also I believe that feminine is soft because men look at us weaker. They do look at us like they are superior. I mean, as they should. You're the man, but they do look at us as weaker. So
they're conditioned to take care of us.
Then that's how it is. And I'm okay with that. Again, yes, please be that. But again, it requires an environment. A flower will only grow if put in the right environment. Absolutely. And that's how I'm gonna leave that. Now I know
it's like that.
It ain't a man's responsibility. I understand that, but it won't grow if the sun ain't out.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
It won't grow if you don't water it. It won't grow if there's no dirt. It won't grow if it's not planted. If there's no foundation. If there's no security. If there's no feeling of safety, it's not coming out.
So say that part again. Say that part again.
That's my anecdotal experience, and
that's true.
That is true. It's very true.
But are we not returning that same, and the word softness not working for me, but are we not returning
same
that energy to a man? A man needs that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Yeah, it's the same thing.
To be like, because what we've been talking about here is how the man provides that environment. Like, I got it. I'm not gonna let her do that. But what about the other way around, where the woman's like, I know you can for me, but let me do it this time, or let me make this part easier for you.
It definitely goes both ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
You have to tell a man you appreciate him for him to want to do that for you.
Absolutely.
Do it if you don't feel like, you appreciate it when he does. So
yeah, which goes back to the gimme, me versus we're in a partnership, right? We're doing this constantly.
It's a two-way street.
Relationship wise, you got to have the person that you want to do for, and they want to do for you want to do it. It's not like if it feels like an obligation, like it's a job, then y'all shit ain't right.
Right. Or a checklist.
You gotta want to
check. Right.
It's like stuff I want to do for my wife, and it's some stuff that I may, get off track, and she may want that I ain't doing, but she come to me and she mentioned it, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm tripping. Let me get on this, okay? And I may do the same for her, but you want to do for one another. That's the thing. People look at this from the outside and they feel like, oh, it's a job, it's an obligation, and somebody's making you do something, that making you be, soft, or that making you, cater to her and take care. Nah, you want to. It's that person that you want to do that for, and it shouldn't be for everybody,
Absolutely, I agreed with that. It shouldn't be for everybody, but again, you should give it to yourself first. That's how it is. You are the start. Right. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be here. Let me put it like this. What a wonderful rhythm and energy you would have if you were giving that to yourself and you met a partner that said, I see you doing it for yourself, but let me do it for you, versus not doing it at all and waiting for someone to say, let me do it for you. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it sure does.
That's what the issue is. We have a bunch of people that's waiting for someone to do what you should already be doing for yourself. Maybe they're the upgrade, but you should be doing it for yourself already.
Yeah. Okay. And if they ain't the upgrade, then why bother? Hello.
Let me go dance in my seat.
It is Sunday. Ain't the word still coming forth? Okay.
Oh my gracious. All right. So this was an interesting conversation. And surprise, Mr. Chocolate joined us.
Yeah, I had a little time on my hands.
That's what I'm saying.
We like when you come around. You give us different perspectives, so it's wonderful.
Yes.
Anyone have any final words that they'd like to share about the soft girl?
Listen,
journey.
I don't know about no soft girl, but listen, learn to love yourself. My Love Yourself challenge starts tomorrow. It's gonna be a 15-day. I'm just gonna give y'all some nuggets every day of how to love yourself more. So it's free. Just follow me and hashtag me when you do your stuff. That's it. We're gonna love ourselves together, okay? Collectively and individually.
Miscommunication, anything from you?
I mean, I like it's on Tay's something. I know there's It's a quote. If you can't learn to love yourself, and how the hell you gonna love somebody else?
Yeah,
That was that's from
another dance.
Mr. RuPaul Charles said that, and it's true. It's like, yeah, it's that part. It's like soft girl era. If, like you said, grant yourself the soft girl era, and then you won't have to wait for someone else to do it for you.
Tyrone, you have anything you want to add?
I'm gonna Google what the hell a soft girl is.
Feel free, because I had to do the same thing.
Figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I guess love yourself. Like I said, man, you only need one person. That's the person you're gonna be. That person you want to be for. So, it's all good. Hey, thanks for letting me jump on Sundays.
What you mean? You always allowed to jump on. And you
crash the party.
You are a part of the experience. You remember that?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Doc, you got anything you want to leave the people with?
I will use this analogy, which is women, we are a stick of butter. We can be soft in the right environment. If we're placed in a cooler or cold environment, we can firm up and in some cases become frozen and very hard. But at the end of the day, there's still a purpose that each phase or stage that we're in as butter serves a significant purpose. The choice is, what are you going to do? Are you going to bake a cake today? Or are you going to go in that refrigerator? I'm not looking at you, Pearl, because you're going to make me lose my thought. Are we going to bake a cake today and make something beautiful and that tastes beautiful? Or are we going to be put in the freezer and stored away until we're needed? It's up to you.
I'm gonna use miscommunication thing. Sweet buttery Jesus.
Well, you find that right man, he gonna melt that butter.
Yeah.
He gonna melt
flame to it. Just
from your mouth to God's ears, baby. From your mouth to God's ears.
Listen, melt me, okay?
Melt me. Okay. Well, we've gotten to our hour. We got into our hour, and as always, we enjoyed you guys. This conversation, enjoyed talking to you, enjoyed the surprise from Tyrone, and we want to thank you guys for joining us on this Sunday to talk about buttery Jesus, and being soft. Join us on Wednesday. We have lots of great content for you guys coming. We will not stop, won't stop, can't stop. But wait, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Because if you haven't, you wrong. You strongly wrong. And this has been The Experience, where the experience is always good. Have a good night, guys.
Go get melted now.